it is almost the new year, and what better way to celebrate than having little appetizers, or I'm calling this scalable shareables. This is hard to say. Scalable shareables. Isn't that funny? It was lame, but funny to me. So I'm going to make appetizers that you can make in any quantity. I'm going to make a small amount because I'm just doing this for fun. But if you had a large crowd, you could just increase the quantity and have a ton of it. So I'm going to start making a dough, and this is a dough that I haven't used before, but realistically I'm just using a cinnamon roll dough, and we're going to make garlic bread cinnamon rolls. So no cinnamon, no sugar, just garlic. So we need to start off with a packet of yeast, which is 2 1/4 teaspoons. And then it does call for milk, and so I'm going to use some water, and then I'm going to use powdered milk. And the reason I'm using powdered milk is just because it's the easiest way to get milk aside from buying, I don't know, I don't have milk very often. We don't buy a gallon of milk. We would never go through that, and so I'm using powdered milk. And I do have milk that's like those little 8-ounce containers, but those are expensive, so I don't want to be wasting money on that. We also need 1/4 cup of sugar, which is a decent amount of sugar. And also, welcome back. I'm Carrie. This is Keep It Simple DIY. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. I'm gonna just take this off and use it to mix these. And we need to let this yeast proof for a little bit. Okay, unconventional, but we're doing it. In the meantime, let's get the things put away that we no longer need. Okay, the recipe calls for 1 3/4 teaspoon of salt. I think that sounds like a lot of salt because this is only using 4 1/2 cups of flour, and usually I think I put less salt than that in for my like doubled batches. So I'm gonna actually put a lot less, probably like half that amount, just to be safe. And then, oh, I didn't get the cup put away. That's okay. Let's get in our eggs. This is a lot of stuff going on. Okay, 4 1/2 cups of flour, and then there's some butter, and truth be told, I didn't actually read how to do the recipe, and so I'm just going to follow my gut, which tells me a brioche bread, we need to add the butter last. So we've got 4, and I've been counting them on my fingers as I was talking, and there's our half. I might add spinach more because that was a little low. Whoa, let's get this mixing. I can tell that that's definitely going to need the butter, so I'm going to start getting the butter added in, just about a tablespoon or so, maybe a little less at a time. Okay, this dough isn't really coming together and it's very stiff, and so I'm actually going to add some water now, which is late in the process, but it definitely needs to be a lot thinner. I'm gonna start slow so that I don't make a big mess. Okay, this dough is feeling a lot better. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more time to mix just because it seems a little bit lumpy, but then I think we'll be good. Okay, the dough is looking so much better after it had a little bit to mix, and we now look like dough. Now, I thought about using my standard cinnamon roll recipe and I didn't. Maybe I should have, but hopefully this will turn out okay. So what we're going to do is get this in the microwave, and I'm not going to turn the microwave on, but I want this to proof, and my way to get these to proof quickly is stick it in the microwave because that'll keep all of the warm air in because we used warm milk, and then I put a cup of hot water in the microwave as well. So in the microwave it goes. And we will let that rise, and in the meantime, we have another recipe to do. Okay, our next scalable shareable is crock-pot meatballs, which of course are delicious, any kind that you make, and I am going to make more of a unique kind. I'm going to make pineapple barbecue, but not just pineapple, I'm using zucchini pineapple. You could use regular pineapple, but this is what I have. So in a video that you haven't seen yet, I did some freezer meal prep and I prepped some meatballs. So I have a pound of little cooked meatballs here. I'm going to get them into my crock pot. And then from here, all we have to do is dump. Now you could make any kind of meatballs for a party. Any type it all. I did find ones that were cranberry sauce, which looked fantastic. And then, you know, of course, grape jelly and chili sauce. All right, so zucchini pineapple is going in. And honestly, if you're going to be serving this as an appetizer, I would cut your pineapple into bigger chunks rather than small chunks because it'll be so much easier for them to like take a little toothpick and eat it. Okay, we are going to add some cocoa aminos in place of soy sauce. Did I grab out the barbecue? Nope. And we're adding about a half of a cup of barbecue sauce. So I'm cutting the recipe in half. Of course I am. Now I'm going to salt and pepper it. That was not very much salt, but that's all we had in there. Add some garlic and onion powder. And then the last thing is to add some molasses. And I'm going to add molasses instead of brown sugar. And the reason that I'm doing that is because my zucchini pineapple was made with a ton of sugar. Whereas if you were just using canned pineapple juice like the recipe calls for, it wouldn't have a ton of extra sugar. So I feel like I don't need to add any more sugar to this, but I do need to add that molasses flavor because brown sugar is just sugar and molasses. So this going in here. And then I'm going to give it a mix. And then this needs to be on high for a couple of hours, just until everything is combined and cooked all the way through or warmed all the way through. So this is where it'd be pretty hard to pick up these pieces because they're so small with a toothpick. So could use like a little ramekin. Smells good. Okay, let's get this cooking. The next scalable shareable is going to be little mini cheese balls. And so I have some cream cheese here and I'm only going to make 2 little cheese balls. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of cream cheese in there, and this is softened cream cheese. Now to that, I need to add a handful of cheddar cheese. And these are going to be so cute because they are minis, not the big cheese ball. And this is perfect because you can literally make as much as you need. Or of course, if you have a ton of people, just make a big cheese ball. But to this, we're also going to add some garlic powder and Worcestershire, and then we just need to mix it together. Now once I get this all mixed together, we'll roll it in pecans. So I have the pecans out. I do need to like mash them up so that they're just pecan pieces. And these are the pecans that I saved from when I tried to make candy. So hopefully there's no candy bits left on them because that would be probably not the best flavor for this. Although a little added sweet probably wouldn't hurt. But if you didn't see that video, go check it out. It was a big fail. It was not a good time. So I am just going to continue to mix this until it's all mixed together. And then we will get these rolled into mini cheese balls. Okay, we've got this all mixed together. Here's what it's looking like. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to mix this. And I think this might actually be 3 minis. So let's see if we divide these. I wonder if I tried to do this with my hand, how terrible it would be. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to chop the nuts. Okay, I hope that those are chopped enough. I think, well, some of them are, some of them aren't. I think we're gonna be able to hopefully just, let's see if I can do it with my hand. We should be fine. Just gonna shape it into a ball, trying to not get it too all over my hands. Put it in there and then maybe shake it. And then roll it around a little bit if it's not completely covered. Cute. Cute little cheese ball. Maybe I'm gonna push it a little bit so you can push all of these nuts into it. How stinking cute! Okay, let's do it again. Okay, but these, oh my gosh, you guys have to see them close up. Okay, look at that. Aren't these so stinking cute? Now here's some ideas. You could put a toothpick in them so that people could just pick one up and put it on their plate and have maybe some crackers on the side. You could also put them on top of crackers. like a cracker with a cheese ball on top. You could also get one of those big pretzel rods or big like breadsticks, but they're actually like the crunchy chip kind. And you could stick it right in the center. So many ideas. And you could leave them like this, and then people could just, you know, grab them with some tongs, put it on their plate. But these are so dang cute. We need to wait until our dough is ready to make the cinnamon rolls that aren't made of cinnamon. I was gonna say sugar. And then that's the last thing we need to make. Okay, last up, our dough is ready. So we need to, I don't know where to stick this, I've got stuff everywhere. We need to get this rolled out. And we will turn this into cinnamon rolls without the cinnamon. It's starting to get dark. It's only 3:15 and it is starting to get dark. I'm on vacation and that's fantastic. The goal is to try to make this as square as can be. Okay, I'm going to get the butter softened and then we can get all of the goodies on it. Okay, grabbing out a spoon. See if we can get that softened. Okay, our garlic has run out, so I'm going to get some garlic from the big container in here, decent amount. A little bit of paprika as well. And then it calls for parm, and I have this dairy-free parm that I think I'm gonna try to use instead. I was debating on if it gave me a migraine or not. We're gonna find out though. So now we have kind of like a paste. And we're going to take this whole paste. I probably put a little bit too much of the paprika in there, but that is okay. And we're going to put the paste inside and spread it out just like you would on a cinnamon roll. And of course, if you have regular Parmesan, go ahead and use that. Or you could substitute anything else in here that you wanted to. It's so funny seeing this being not cinnamony colored. Get all of that off of there. Okay, let's roll it up. Great, 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 perfect. We are going to pinch the ends. And you know, normally for cinnamon rolls, I would use dental floss to cut them, but I think I'm just gonna do this and be okay that it kind of smushes it. And we'll get them on in. Look how great of a fit that is. We need to get a little bit more butter melted because we're going to put a little topping on them as well. Actually, let's do that after they come out of the oven. So let's just get them in the oven like this. These cinnamon rolls that are made of garlic just came out of the oven and they look so dang good. So I just melted up a little bit more butter. Gonna get some garlic on it. And then of course the parsley. Mix these up and then pour them over. This is so good. Oh, it looks so good. I only used about half that it called for because that's a lot of butter. These are gonna have to cool quite a bit before I can try them, but I can just tell they are going to be good. I do know though, I think I would like my regular cinnamon roll dough recipe better than this one. This one was just not quite the right consistency for what I like. You guys, we did it, and looking at this, I'm kind of like, do I have a full meal here? Do I have an appetizer and then a dinner with cinnamon rolls with garlic bread? What I don't have is a vegetable, but I have vegetables in the fridge that I can just dip. This all looks so great. I think I want to give it all a try. Would you even believe I don't have crackers open? I almost always have crackers open. Okay, so let's grab a little bit of this cheese ball. I did pop them back into the fridge, so they're a little cool. Ooh, look at that. That's delicious. That is so good. Okay, let's try a little meatball. Yep, that's really good too. I wonder if I can get one of these out. Oh, that is so good. That combination of flavors. Hey, Milo. Got one. It's just really hot. Cool there for a second. Okay, I've given it approximately 5 seconds to cool. That is so good. The dough, I would like to have a softer dough so it'd be a little bit more fluffy and not as dense. Other than that though, this is delicious. And I put probably about half of the filling that I was supposed to put in it, and it's still very good. This is fantastic. I have dinner for the next day or so. If you enjoyed this video, please... Oh, I just remembered. That vegetable is in here. The zucchini. That is great. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in some other crock pot recipes, I will pop some here. And if you're interested in other little minis, I will pop some here. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.